Good afternoon. Thank you, Gabriele. Dear colleagues, our situation, as Gabriele told us, it was to speak about the experiences in our countries on the development of the EWCs. Very briefly, because we're late. Of course, it's not my intention to add anything more to what was greatly commented on by Massimo, Gianluca, and Volker, and the collaborators of the project. This morning we were saying that during this short session we should bring our viewpoint on this topic, the viewpoint of our trade unions with reference to the functions of communication and consultation within the EWCs. We haven't progressed much within this criterion or at the desired level or at the desired speed. It's not that it's not to, well, the trade unions are not to blame, not for UGT, but we are being crushed by reality. We believe that, wait, no problem. There's no problem. I'm going to speak anyway. I'll continue speaking and we will show the presentation on the screen if we can. If we can't, I'll keep on talking. During the period of the reception of the directive, there was a slowdown or a stop. We are going slow in the EWC setting up, or also in their functioning. We believe, and I am convinced, and my colleagues from the committee can share this with me, I think that there is an automatization of meetings that does not favor the objectives that we are looking for with reference to the EWCs. We need, and that was the conclusion by Volker, and I think that we all agree, the cross-sector federations and trade union strategies to build synergies and to enable us to inform and to give an answer to the problems or the challenges of an enterprise that enterprises that want to escape from the responsibilities of their country of origin to look for markets or labor or legislative situations that are convenient for them. And the example is the Bangladesh events are an example of this, and so an event such as this was the corporation. Where we want to obtain more refined mechanisms in order for corporations to sign documents for better conditions. The MuMMIA.Project we are part of, I think that the strategy is good and perfectly tuned in, and the analysis and reports are shared because we participated too. Very rapidly, with reference to the PowerPoint that we prepared, it was a compendium of the situation in Spain. We talked about the directive. We wanted to clarify the situation in Spain a bit. In our trade union movement in Spain, still, and this is something that the trade union people we are trying to push on. We are making efforts to progress in this, and the representatives of workers have difficulties in understanding the potential of this institution, and we get a cold shoulder within trade unions for these topics. I had put in the slides some findings that are official data for 2012 that are correct in Europe. 100% out of 100%, 34.8% of the EWCs could be set up, and in Spain, it's about half. So in Spain, we have progress to make. Of course, it's true that the effects of the crises are stopping us, and they are engaging us in something that is it's closer to the labor interest in our country. It's not a criticism, but it's a reality, an everyday challenge that, and these meetings can be very useful. In Spain, you know the data of the economic crisis in Spain. Governments are adopting measures to attack the rights of workers, and consequently they attack the rights or the trade union possibilities or trade union rights as well. And this undoubtedly is going to translate into the EWCs and their activities in our country. The industrial sector that usually where EWCs were strong on are losing their presence, and we have an entrepreneurial structure that is diluting, and in terms of with outsourcing strategies and to get rid of business units. So this is a very great difficulty for us. In Spain, we have very slow collective bargaining. This is an additional difficulty that will have repercussions also on the creation of the EWCs or the setting up of the EWCs, because they are born from our own trade union representatives that are within the collective bargaining. We have a weakening of trade union organizations. We need to strengthen ourselves and to be supported by the industrial federations, and my federation is participating in the commerce sector, and we're going to try to continue working there. And we also have some weaknesses that I would like to underline, namely the weakening that is taking place in the national reality, in the national framework of trade union movements. And this forces us to retreat towards our country and to defend our own spaces for collective bargaining and to defend simple issues such as trade union rights. And I think that there is the dispersion of initiatives in terms of international trade union confederation. We need to build the trade union units. We do not have trade union strength. Volker just said about the difficulties to set up an EWC and to reach the final results. We have a very loose interpretation of the directive, and those who participate know that we discuss it regularly, despite the law, the fact that the law safeguards us. As the entrepreneurs do not comply with this in information rights of the trade union representatives, we are seeing this as a reality. Well, we believe that it's necessary to strengthen EWCs and to strengthen these tools. Here too, and this is something that I believe is also important, very important, namely the global framework agreements should be synchronized with the EWCs. We are seeing that often European companies are running away from Europe and are locating themselves in Asia and South America, and this is a challenge that we might have in the future. The trade unions and in our countries we will have the minimum representation of these corporations. We need mechanisms such as MuMMIA is doing the web page, where we have an exchange of national reports and to see national situations. We also need move very rapidly in terms of training, information, and qualification of EWCs. It's an urgent need because often we are finding difficulties in doing so. And then, in my opinion, we need trade union strategies that respond to very general interests, and we should run away from our vested interests, trade union interests. We were talking about the time that it takes to set up EWCs. In Spain, we have an example with a hotel chain, and after 4 years, we were unable to set up an EWC, and this has had consequences in the whole of Europe. We have a sort of trade union depression, but we should escape from this. We should improve the situation by contributing each one for this country. I believe, and Gabriele will understand, we designed this slide. EWCs cannot function without the strengthening with reference to information and consultation mechanism. This mechanism is very clear here. We want to strengthen this mechanism, and we are trying to give our own contribution through MuMMIA, and this is very important and necessary to survive in trade union terms. And I can conclude by saying to you that we believe that the reality that these borders are overcome, unfortunately, we are seeing that this is a reality that is present, and our rights are in danger. Gabriele, my last slide. This is a circle. It's not a vicious circle. It's a virtuous cycle with reference to the EWC and the activity that should be channeled in expressing the information functions, the consultation functions, and it would strengthen the trade unions, the EWCs, and it's something that entrepreneurs cannot recognize, but it would give them, their enterprises, value added. And I don't want to steal much more time. Our contributions and our ideas are going to be present in our final documents, and you will be able to see them more at ease. I don't know whether I was able to convey the message well, but I think that we designed a good project with good goals, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.